Hi, Starsign family. Here's Shima, and I have the honor to do the first reading in the new year, the first week from the 1st of January to the 7th. And I picked this Maya Shima tarot so we can just jump right into the very spacey and cosmic Maya energy, which I really like. And look what's here. This is the Manic card, and it says we have to flow and swing with it. It's the priestess energy, and it's a portal, and it's beauty, and it's also identification with spirit and tools from the spirit. So what does that mean all for us? Well, hand is also a healing card, which is like in the place of the east. So the east energy comes from there, and it's also a very nice magic blue like you see. And the element is water, and sandalwood is the smell, for example, and it's sapphire blue, of course. So it's like, what does it mean? We have to finish, and that's interesting, that we have to sort of finish old projects or projects we have started and bring them to the point to finish them, to bring them out, and not to be distracted. For me lately, distraction, and for you probably too, distraction in all this Christmas time was really, really high. And with Mercury going retrograde, it was like too over the edge. And we are all probably happy now with the 1st of January that that Mercury is going direct again, and Jupiter also. So we are really into a forward movement, and we can use this priestess energy very well and use them as a spiritual tool to not get distracted and step by step solve problems, which I think is great. Like, there's no other way right now than to go from one step to another. If you want to leave one step, forget it. You have to sort of really face very clearly where you're stepping and see also the next step before us, before we really can make the next step. And then we can see how it lights up, and we can make better decisions. And it's just sometimes close to your eyes. No, well, it's something you don't really see, but because you're too close, so you have to sort of go inside of yourself and look inside and see what you see. It's difficult to bring forward, but it's like a tool, like meditation, that you sort of cut out the world around you and the distraction of it, so you can sort of listen what the theme is, what you're really going through, and give that a hand and say, okay, that's my missing spot, I want to go for that one. Yeah, and the elk or the deer is also significant, because it's like, especially now in winter time, the deer is hungry and they come closer to humans and say, do you have something for us? So we also can see or feel the sensitivity of this kind of animal, and see ourselves, how we relate to nature and to shy things in nature, and your shy nature in yourself. Okay. Then I have Akbal, on the west side. So it's like the east side and the west side, and it's also like past and future, and this is south and north energy from heaven and earth, and in the middle we have new mystical things, new mystics are coming up. But let's start with Akbal, because Akbal is the night, and it's the home. It's where we feel cozy, where we sort of have our sanctuary, or where, it's like we don't let anybody, or not everybody, look inside. So it's also like, for example, in the pyramids, when the real chambers are down in the earth, like they unearthed a lot of chambers which were inside of the earth and in the darkness. Because that's also the womb feeling. It's where you have this warmth and nurturing from Mother Earth, and you can feel maybe the pulse of Earth and the warmth and the protection. It gives you a deep peace, probably, because it's like you are sort of taken care of. You sort of feel protected. And it's also like caves, like I said, inside the earth. But it also symbolizes that you can do retreats in these times. Akbal invites you to go inside of yourself and rest there for a while, so you can sort of find your inner power. So, and of course it's black or dark blue, or like in the dark sometimes we can even see things when we get adjusted when our eyes are getting adjusted to it. And it's the poppy flower and the black rose, but also a white orchid. White orchids are an interesting portal to the dream world. So this is Akbal is also for the portal to the dream world through a white orchid, for example. Nice, I like that. And it's also the quartz crystal, and it's all the black stones, onyx, moonstone, black pearl, and smoky quartz also. And it belongs to the water and the west element, so it's in the west. It's really like giving us all this moist feeling and all this where new ideas can grow, where there's new energy coming up. It's also the subconsciousness, and it's like there can be depressions brewing if we have too much negative thinking going on, or too much negative feeding yourself. So feed yourself with the right information. Cut out self-critics. If you're criticizing yourself too much, then you also fall into that trap, and you're you're not going to go forward with your projects. That's when you drop the projects and you sort of have another project sitting there unfinished. So try to go step by step, like this card is saying, and learn from everything. And your shadow power, you can transform it. You can transform your depressions and say, okay, if I can be depressed, I also can be happy. So accept it, that you have the possibility to change things around and integrate them. Like when you have a negative, like I said, depression, and there's also joy. It's like when you sort of integrate everything, then it's a fine mix, and you have a wonderful time in this Akbal protecting cave where you sort of feel nurtured by Mother Earth and the pulses which are coming. And she's really fine-tuning our human beings and probably generating this new mystic energy in us. There's where we find our nuggets of ourselves. All of a sudden you see something which you never thought you can see, and then from there you create a new powerful point of view, and you bring it up and into creation, and you create with these two, we create this new reality, which is like your new you, because that's where you sort of found it in yourself by not drowning into something. Instead of drowning, you sort of created something. Wow. I like it. I mean, I feel very much like it because I really enjoy this Mayan card deck, and I'm really working on it. I have something for the future to come up. But let's see what else we can find here in the cards. Look at that. That's the energy from Earth. The energy, the Earth is sort of coming, giving us its storm, fire, and rain. So, well, it's the time for that, definitely, because it's also bringing transformation, and we are creating our light body. You know, it's like big. This looks also like it in a chamber. It looks also, doesn't it? It looks like we're sitting in a cave, like maybe here, and receiving all this new information, how to create our higher self, our light body, and there's also maybe a white owl somewhere here up there hiding and giving us instructions how to change things. So also different plants, maybe mistle trees, mistle flower, and Frankenstein and myrrh. They are intense incense, which one can sort of burn when you're in this cave or womb feeling. So you get enhanced visions, and you can sort of relate to higher energies. The stone is sugilite and fluorite. And it's the water energy and also related to the west. So it relates to Akbal very much. And this is also related. So both of them are related to the west in a way. So everything is sort of moving west. And the negative energy of Kawak is negation and oppression, fear of change, substance abuse, and feeling of separation. I mean, if you're scared of being in a cave, man, then you have you better get up and get out of there, and try to connect with Mother Earth in a different way. And it's a very freedom-seeking card. It's like all about freedom and also about the age of Aquarius, which is like coming in with Uranus energy and wanting that we sort of listen to my Mother Gaia and learn from her who we are and how we are connected and what we are supposed to do, because we are losing it all over the place. So we need a connectedness to Mother Earth, Gaia, like I said. So this is Kawak, and this energy comes from underneath, from the energy from the bottom, to create all this kind of new myth energy which is like here in the middle. Yeah, I think I said everything what I know about. It's number 19 in the deck. So number 19 is also like interesting, but we're not talking about that. We go for the rhythm, number 3, because that's the energy which comes from above. And from above, let's see, the rhythm is personal, your personal mystic experience, you know, where you're coming from, what you experience, who you are, your lessons, your reason, your intentions, everything that makes you you, and also what kind of miracles are happening to do in your life. How did you plan them? It's your life. Do they belong to your life plan? Because it's also the path of innocence. Like the hobbits. The hobbits were also very innocent, and humans are innocent in a way, because they like just to play around like the hobbits. They wanted to just sort of play and be happy and celebrate. But then these wizards came along and said, no, there's other jobs to be done. So we also have to look what kind of other jobs are there. And with our innocence energy, we are probably finding or not finding, but we are protected. Innocence energy sort of is kind of a protective energy, and also harmony, light, and sound. It's like creating a bubble of harmonic energy around you, and light, and also kind of a sound. Think of a sound also surrounding you. And it's like ecstatic, unconditional love. And the keys are given in daily life. So you get, whenever you like get up in the morning and you sort of are wondering what you want to do, just play around and see where you can see the keys placed into your daily rhythm. All of a sudden something will jump into your eye, and you would say, oh, it's numbers. It can be numbers like 1111, synchronistic experiences, because you see somebody who's exactly dressed like you, or somebody's laughing at you, or the timing, you know, like you were thinking, oh, I need to do such and such, but then all of a sudden you don't follow the stress, you just wait a minute, and all of a sudden everything sort of falls into place, and in much more harmony than you ever can sort of think about, you know. And it's also the 3, it's the visible triangle, it's a pulse, it's a holy pulse, and it's movement. So this is why I said when you move around in the mornings, like looking around and seeing, well, what I'm gonna do, will I do what I planned, or is there something else jumping into my attention, what I should do first before I make the next step. So that's creativity, that's being creative while you're taking breakfast. And it's also the ray of flow, that you sort of tune yourself into the flow of life for the day. So you see the synchronicities, and all of a sudden you're not going to do the shoppings because you're having something more important, or it falls into place for you, something which you sort of had planned in the past but it never worked, but today you can do it. So it's becoming the triangle kind of thing. It's like polarity. You sort of control you integrate polarity, and the third thing is like the creation. So you get into a creative mode, and that's when you get into the flow energy. Well, I hope this is said nicely. It's very spiritual. It's a spiritual journey. It's like maybe you meditate before you get into working or doing things. Then you are sort of also get more aligned with what comes next, which you haven't even thought about. So this is like influencing the meta mystics or the personal mystics. So it's like this new mystic energy which wants to be created is like guided by that card. So these two cards are guiding this inner center as well, these two. So I hope you can sort of see this and start building your new mystic energies, especially starting with this new year energy, like where we all sort of think of how we want to keep going and what kind of things you want to do in the future to come in the year. But have a look what kind of projects are sort of jumping into your face, which you haven't finished. It's 2024 is the year where you sort of can finish it, and step by step, especially probably in the beginning of the year, so you can sort of make your projects have a wonderful basement or fundamental energy where you could say, yeah, this is exactly from here I can finish finally this project and I can bring it out. Maybe not right now, maybe half a year, but at least the foundations are done, and slowly but surely all the rest will fall into place in the right moments. So, Star Sign family, I'm very happy that we got into that, because this is like a really interesting way of seeing the beginning of the year. And it's not so much about, oh, I'm not gonna smoke anymore, I'm not gonna drink anymore. Look at the projects you didn't finish. Look them up and see where you can find your golden thread to start the year. And it will make you super happy, because old projects, they're like hanging on and hanging in there for years and a long time. And when they get finished or completed, then you will have a very super happy and strong feeling of success. Thank you, my Star Sign family. You're very precious to me, because with you I feel like we are creating some family soil, the soil, a fertile soil, to keep working on more stuff and bringing up more interesting feelings and new tasks or new ways of seeing things, so we can sort of become a good light worker and be starting for yourself the Aquarian age, which is like this next year coming in big time. So thank you that you are here, and thank you again for sharing and commenting. I really like to know what you think about everything. And I also have now prepared some that I can give some readings. There is like a 15-minute reading, which I can give half an hour, 45 minutes, and an hour. And I even have pre-recordings and with email text. So it's 7 new things I can offer you to your personal improvement, or just like to see a picture or go through your cards and help you to evolve and bring in new energy. Thank you, and let it flow, let it flow. Let it flow into you. And it's the ray of flow. Bye-bye. Thank you.